anyway. Sexy Red has been catching it anyway because her image, and I'm gonna show you a photo of the sister, but her image is not the most desirable, but it is definitely hypersexualized and over objectified. So yeah, I wanted to come on here, man, and share with you guys, give you a little bit of history of objectification in the Black community. And this is a diasporan issue, right? Because it goes all the way back to Africa with Sara Baartman, or the Hottentot Venus. That's what they called her. So let me share a little bit, share some more things with you so we can get right on into it. Yeah, we can get right into it. So this is who that is. This is Sara Baartman. I'm getting ready to pop her up on the screen. You might have heard of her. Venus Hottentot. That's what we call her. But Hottentot Venus is her actual name. But yeah, let's go ahead and share that on the screen. The significance of Sara Baartman. I'm just going to go over this number. Read a little bit. 2 centuries ago, Sara Baartman died after years spent in European freak shows. Now rumors over a possible Hollywood film about Baartman's life has sparked controversy. Sara Baartman died on 29 December 1815, but her exhibition continued. Her brain, skeleton, and sexual organs remain on display in Paris, in a Paris museum until 1974. Her remains weren't repatriated and buried until 2002. Wow. Brought to Europe seemingly on false pretenses by a British doctor, stage name the Hottentot Venus. She was paraded around freak shows in London and Paris, with crowds invited to look at her large buttocks. Today, she is seen by many as the epitome of colonial exploitation and racism, of the ridicule and commodification of Black people. Reports of Beyonce planning to write and star in a film about Baartman have been denied by the singer's representatives, but the rumors were enough to generate concern. Jean Burgess, the chief of the Khoisan group that Baartman was from, argued that Beyonce lacked the basic human dignity to be worthy of writing Sara's story, let alone playing the part. But Jack Devnarain, they got some pretty hard sounding names. I'm sorry, y'all. The chairman of the South African Guild of Actors said filmmakers had the right to tell the stories of people you find fascinating, and that's what we must be careful not to object to. Even in denying any link to a film, Beyonce's representative said this is an important story that should be told. Absolutely, it's an important story that must be told, because this statement right here sums it up. Today, she is seen by many as the epitome of colonial exploitation and racism, of the ridicule and commodification of Black people. That's what we're talking about. The commodification and ridicule of Black people, and also the colonial exploitation and racism. That's on full display with Sexyy Red, right? And, I'm not for or against Sexyy Red, right? She earns what she gets. But I have enough sense, or I try to have enough sense, to look at that thing objectively and understand that she doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? She's not an anomaly, right? She comes from a long lineage of instances, right? A lot of people ridicule these female rappers. I heard Fabulous talking about him. He was saying how he didn't respect them. It was another cat that I saw. I can't remember his name, but they were alluding to the fact that they really couldn't get into female rap because it was so sex oriented. You know what? Jermaine Dupri made some statements that he caught a little flack for. He was like, man, it's about sex. I really can't get into it because it's hypersexualized. So yeah, she's found a niche. She's found a niche, and she's going with it. Yeah, she's going with it. So yeah,